How's it going, GoFightPow fans? This is Miss Matone GFP here, and we are going into another sector. This one is Central Space. Our main event for this one is going to be Infinitus coming in as a special guest. He is taking on Rekka Sheik. Rekka Sheik is wanting to challenge for the Grand Prix Championship, but Infinitus is saying you don't need it yet. If you can beat me, then I'll give you the shot. So, if Infinitus beats Rekka Sheik, then we move on as normal. But if Rekka Sheik beats Infinitus, then the current Grand Prix champion, Dante Giordano, will give him a match. We'll talk about the Central Space Grand Prix Championship and what I'm going to do with that in a later video. But for now, I say we get the hype going. Hype McClaw, what do you have for us today? 4. Make a fight a specialty match. So, that one should be pretty easy for me, actually. I am going to make Infinitus versus Rekka Sheik a no disqualification match. So, big start there. So, Infinitus versus Rekka is no DQ. Alright. Thank you, Hype, for being the hype man for the show. Now we're going to start us off with our opening contest. It is Rowcropper taking on Baron Zero. I'm going to go ahead and move the camera up just a smidge. Yeah, up a little bit more. Alright, here we go. Rowcropper will be blue, Baron Zero will be red. No fast forward with this one. Baron Zero will start things off, going for a rumble rating. Rowcropper is the +1. Baron Zero has a +2. Baron Zero will continue with a rumble rating and keep the momentum on his side, going for a secret slam. Pop, Rowcropper needs to avoid a 2, gets a 1. That will remove the 2. Baron Zero now with the 0 hour to hit. 0 hour again, hit. Espionage elbow, it's blocked. Rumble rating. And Rowcropper actually gained the initiative with the chopping block. Baron Zero just counters it into the secret slam. It's a hit. Espionage elbow. Hit again. And there's the ring. Rowcropper needs to avoid a 1 or a 2. Gets a 4. Will remove the 1. Now Baron Zero looking for a secret slam. There's a pop. Needs to avoid a 1 or a 2. Gets a 4. That will remove the 5. Making the ring more potent. 0 hour. Hit. Rumble ring again. And it's going to be Baron Zero that takes it back. Espionage elbow. Rowcropper counters it into a rumble rating. And he keeps control. Going for a chopping block. Baron Zero counters it into the 0 hour. Pop again, needs to avoid a 1, 2, or 5. Gets a 5, and he has no power play, so that is going to be it. Baron Zero, it took him a little while, but he did eventually get it. So Baron Zero defeated Rowcropper. Via 0 hour. Next up, we have Christoforo taking on Sweetie in action. And we do have a special guest in this one. It is going in Grande Reyes. Grande Reyes did, in fact, lose a lose-leave sector match to Christoforo. So Grande Reyes is in attendance as a fan with a ticket. We'll see how well this plays out for Christoforo. No fast forward there. Christoforo will get it with the 1492 spike. Sweet Tea needs to avoid a 1 and a 3. Gets a 1. Needs an even to stay alive, and he gets one. Sweet Tea did participate in the Central Space Grand Prix tournament. Caught up again. Needs another even. Gets it again. Close call there. And removes the 4. Christoforo with a Voyager 4000 slam. Pop. Sweet Tea needs to avoid a 3 and a 4. Gets a 6. That will remove. Can't remove the 3. It'll remove the 1. Not making the 1492 spike more potent, but there's a Rumble Rain. And it's Christoforo with it, as he has a +3 in Rumble, compared to Sweet Tea's 2. New World Sleeper. Blocked. Rumble Rain again. Sweet Tea in serious trouble. And it's going to be Christoforo again. Rumble Rain again. And Christoforo takes it again. Punch to the face. Pop needs to avoid a 1, 3, or 4. Gets a 3, needs another even, and he doesn't get it. Christoforo with a punch to the face defeats Sweet Tea in front of Grande Reyes. Another big upset, if I say so myself. Punch to face. Grande Reyes. He's going to look to get some payback on Christoforo somewhere. And now we go into duos action. It is the Awakened SS Priest and Time and Dog taking on Valentinus and Nicolas, the Berlin Bombers. But they're not alone. The Awakened aren't anyway, as they have an oddball with them. Yes, they have a literal eye in their corner. He's not going to do anything crazy. He's just here. I'll place some here so you guys can see the eye. Let's get these dice out. Out with the 6, in with the 8. Let's go. No fast forward, so we're rolling again here. And we did get SS Priest's fast forward, so Valentinus needs to avoid a 5 and a 6. Gets a 6, needs a 3, 7, or 8, and doesn't get it. Wow, Valentinus must have been distracted by the oddball. Defeat the Berlin Bombers via fast forward. Huge win for the Awakened, going up the tag ranks. The Berlin Bombers, they're going to have to go back to the drawing board with that one. And now we have the Messenger making his Central Space debut. He was originally in Spice Zone and then a free agent. And he's taking on VHS, or as he is known, Vincent Harrison Shepard. That's a name and a half. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get going. No fast forward. Both have a fast forward of 2, so that's interesting. And we got the messages fast forward. VHS needs to avoid a 1, gets a 3. That removes the 1. And now the Messenger with a knee blaster. VHS counters it. With the Knight Rider, Messenger needs to avoid a 4 and a 5. Gets a 6. That removes the 4. And now Rewinder's Slam. The Messenger counters it into a knee blaster. It's a hit. Cosmic Clamp. VHS counters into a Rewinder Slam. It's blocked. Flashback Breaker. The Messenger counters it into a Cosmic Clamp. VHS counters that into a Rumble Rain. VHS has a +1. The Messenger has a +2. And it's going to be VHS with the control with a full house flip. The Messenger counters it into a Cosmic Clamp. It's hit. Guardian Grip looking for a 6. Doesn't get it, so no add to the pop there, but he does get a pop, so it's going to be needs to avoid a 1, gets a 3. That removes the 6. Knee Blaster. It's blocked. Sentry DDT. It's a pop, needs to avoid a 1 and a 6. Gets a 1, needs a 5. Doesn't get it. The Messenger with the Sentry DDT gets the win. The Messenger defeats VHS via Sentry DDT. A win for the Messenger. Moving up the ladder here in Central Space. And wherever else he may go. Now we have Scoop Muldoon. He's going to give us an interview. The Intergalactic Champion is here. That's a bit surprising. Now let's see what he's going to do. He's going to fight a top contender in a non-title match. So I'm going to go ahead and look for someone who he can challenge, who he can fight in a non-title. We'll give him Honest Abe. So Bobcat Jack is going to visit Central Space to face Honest Abe. And this is a non-title fight. We're going to have it be the main. So, we have our main event set. But now, let's get to some women's tag. Very similar to last time, actually. We have Gamesmaster and Mistress of Dance in one corner. And the other, we have Taste of Sadism, Sidistic and Mary Bludd. Let's see who wins. Fast forward check. No fast forward there. Gamesmaster has a 1. Sadistic has a 6. And Gamesmaster rolls her fast forward. So Sadistic needs to avoid a 2. Gets a 6. That removes the 2. Rumble Rain. Sadistic has a +3. Gamesmaster has a +2. Gamesmaster takes it with a game over. Tagging in Mary Bludd. Power display, and Sidistic comes back in on positive with an overhand right. Gamesmaster counters it into a 44 special. Blocked, gonna tag in the Mistress with a thunderclap. It's a hit, and there it is. It's going to be the heel pull. Needs to avoid a 2 and a 4. Gets a 7. That will remove the 5. Gamesmaster, and there's the heel pull again. Gets a 4, needs a 3, 7, or 8. Doesn't get it. That is a win for Gamesmaster and Mistress of Dance. Mistress of Dance. Defeat Taste of Sadism. huge win for the Gamesmaster and Mistress of Dance in this one. The rest of our matches tonight are singles matches, including this next one with Hubris and Space Cowboy. Will Space Cowboy win this match? Or will Hubris prove to be a solid contender? And we got Hubris' fast forward of a 2. Space Cowboy needs to avoid a 1. Gets a 1. Needs a 2. Doesn't get it. So, wow. Another fast forward. So, Hubris defeats Space Cowboy via fast forward. Now we have our co-main event is Infinitus versus Rekka Sheik. Infinitus has a 3 and a 5. Rekka Sheik has a 4 and a 5. And Rekka Sheik rolls his fast forward. Infinitus needs to avoid a 6. Gets a 5. That removes the 6. 3. That is Rumble rating. Both have a plus. No, Rekka has a +2. That's actually surprising. Well, it doesn't matter. Rekka Sheik has it. And there's the camel clutch. Infinitus needs to avoid a 2, 4, and a 6. Gets a 2. Needs a 1 or 3. Doesn't get it. Directly in the middle. Rekka Sheik defeats Infinitus. That is actually surprising. Via camel clutch. So, Rekka Sheik has confirmed himself to be the #1 contender for the Central Space Grand Prix Championship. Congratulations to Rekka Sheik for that. Now it's time for our main event. It is the Intergalactic Champion non-title action. Bobcat Jack taking on Honest Abe. Bobcat Jack won the title by going through a gauntlet in Industrial Lands Card 6. He actually would move to Deep South after the fact. But this is where things get a little interesting because now he's in Central Space. Let's go. And we didn't get either their fast forwards since Honest Abe is on the red side, but Honest Abe does get the control with a superplex. Bobcat Jack dodges. Double leg drive. That's a pop. Needs to avoid a 1. Gets a 1. Needs an odd number. And Honest Abe gets him with a superplex. I think I have a potential title match set up now. So, we're actually going to set up a future title match between Honest Abe and Bobcat Jack. Because Honest Abe just proved himself to be a worthy contender. He's challenged for the Central Space Grand Prix title multiple times in my Fed, but this is the first time he's actually gotten a win over a champion. Man, oh man, is that surprising. And that's going to do it for this card. Thank you all for watching. If you guys haven't already, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to hit the bell so you don't miss out on anything GoFightPow related. Check out the store in the description, and also check out the Pro Boards, also linked in the description down below. You can also find me on the Discord and the Facebook group. The Discord is in the Pro Boards itself, so if you are having trouble finding that, then you can look in there for it. And especially check the store. The vol is still going on. Everything I've said before in a previous video still applies here. Thank you all for watching. This has been Mr. Batone GFP, and I'm signing off.